So I'm going to be explaining a real life situation. I actually provided two, so I'm going to make this very quick. For the first one, the patient ended up getting into a big fight with his roommate because the roommate essentially told him, like, hey, stay on your side, like, we're not going to interact. My patient ended up getting very upset by this and said some very inappropriate things to the other patient. It was very racially charged. And because of that, we had to move the patient onto our other unit because there was going to be a big fight, not only with his roommate, but the rest of the patients. So on the other side, I had a very long conversation with the patient, and I implemented Barker's title model by listening to the patient and providing therapeutic communication. He told me his story. He told me how he's an alcoholic and how he keeps getting in trouble with the law. And he keeps ending up in psychiatric facilities because he just doesn't have access to proper resources. So I knew, now with all of that information, I knew what was going on in his life. I essentially introduced him to his social worker who provided him resources, and he felt more comfortable while being at our facility. So that's one example. The next example is of another gentleman who was escalating very quickly. And when I went out to de-escalate the situation, I found out that all he wanted to do was talk on the phone at the nursing station. But one of our nurses, who was being inappropriate, who could have handled the situation differently, kept telling him no, kept pointing her finger at him and saying, no, you can't do that. So I had to intervene because he was becoming verbally abusive, and I was afraid he was going to become physically abusive as well. So I ended up having a conversation with him as well. Again, essentially using Barker's title model by listening to the patient, figuring out what he needed, what he wanted. All he wanted to do was talk to his daughter. He misses his daughter, and he just wanted to call her. So I made a compromise. I de-escalated the situation within about 2 minutes. I allowed him to go ahead and use the phone, get a hold of his daughter, and the problem was solved. All I had to do was listen and use therapeutic communication. And I wish I could go into more detail with how my situations turned out. There's just not enough time. But I'm happy to share these stories with everybody, and I hope you enjoy.